Babies, hello. Hello Pinnacle Babies, hello future CPAs. So let's answer additional practice questions for standard costing. Sinulat ko na lahat ng formulas on the board for materials, labor, and overhead variances. For materials, we have the materials price variance and materials usage variance. For the labor, we have the labor rate variance and labor efficiency variance. For the overhead, meron tayong actual, babash standard. Meron tayong spending variance, which can be broken down into variable spending and fixed spending. We have the efficiency variance and volume variance. Pwede pa natin siya i-combine into controllable variance and uncontrollable variance. Again, in the board exam, para hindi nyo makalimutan yung mga formulas, sa first page pa lang of the questionnaire, isulat nyo na lahat ng formulas for variances. Okay, sige, let's go to the practice questions. So I prepared 25 items. Let's go to number 1. Number 1, the purchase of higher than standard quality materials would likely result in. So pag daw bumili tayo ng high quality materials, ano daw yung effect niya? Well, among the choices, meron diyang materials price variance and materials usage variance. So pag mataas yung quality ng materials na binili natin, syempre mas mahal yan. Tama? Kaya yung materials price variance natin is unfavorable. So ang choices na lang is either B or C. Okay? Now, ano yung effect niya sa materials usage variance? Pag mataas yung quality ng materials, mas konti yung defective or yung mga spoiled materials natin. Mas konti yung gagamitin natin na materials. Therefore, favorable yung materials usage variance natin. Final answer for number 1 is letter C, unfavorable materials price variance and favorable materials usage variance. Okay, let's go to number 2. Which department is typically responsible for a materials quantity variance? So yung materials quantity variance, another term lang siya for materials usage variance. Sino ba yung gumagamit ng materials? Obviously, yung production department. Kaya sagot natin sa number 2 is letter B, production department. Now, kapag ang tanong naman dyan class, sino ang in charge sa materials price variance? Ang sagot mo dyan, C, purchasing department. Okay, kasi sila yung bumibili. Pero here, materials quantity or usage variance, sagot mo dyan is, for number 2, boy, production department. Number 3, which variance is least likely to be affected by hiring workers with less skill than those already working? So, less skilled workers. Ano daw yung mga, alin daw dito yung hindi affected? Tignan natin choices. A, materials usage variance. Well, kapag less skilled, possible na inefficient sila. So, baka mas maraming spoiled or mga defective units, mas maraming materials na gagamitin. So, yung materials usage affected yan, unfavorable yan. Next, labor rate variance for letter B. Well, kapag less skilled, mas mura sila. Tama? Yung sweldo. Therefore, yung labor rate variance is favorable. So, affected din siya. Actually, ang di affected dito is letter C, materials price variance. Because, again, ang in charge sa price variance is the purchasing department. Okay? So, least likely to be affected, letter C yung sagot natin for number 3. Tingnan natin yung letter D, variable overhead efficiency. Well, affected din yan because kapag less skilled, inefficient yung worker natin, mas marami kang may incur na overhead cost. Kaya magiging unfavorable variable overhead yan. Letter C for number 3. Let's go to number 4. Poorly trained workers or ito yung mga less skilled workers could have an unfavorable effect on which of the following variances. Alin daw dito yung unfavorable? Kapag less skilled, tingnan natin, labor rate variance. Well, kapag less skilled, mas mura yung sweldo nila. Therefore, favorable yan. Okay, so no tayo dyan sa labor rate variance. Materials quantity or usage variance, unfavorable yan. Again, pag less skilled, mas marami materials na gagamitin because of spoilages and defective units. So letter C for number 4, no and yes. Number 5, which of the following standard cost variances would usually be least controllable by a production supervisor? Alin yung least controllable dito? Punta ka dun sa letter A, fixed overhead volume variance. Again, yung volume variance, nakadepende yan sa capacity. Okay? Kung ilan yung kayang i-produce ng factory natin. Therefore, hindi siya controllable by the production supervisor. Kaya ang ibang tawag sa volume variance is uncontrollable variance. Got it? Sige. So that's for number 5, letter A. Doon naman tayo sa problem solving. Sige, let's go to number 6 and 7 about materials price and usage variance. Let's read the given. BA Corp, a manufacturer of laptops, purchases the components from subcontractors to use to assemble into a complete laptop. Each laptop requires 3 units, so encircle mo yan, 3 units, each of part 1 to 3, which has a standard cost, or basically yung standard price natin, tama? Of 1.45 pesos per unit. During the month, BA Corp reported the following with respect to part 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, alam natin from the questions na about materials variances, so sulat natin agad yung formula. So for number 6, we have actual price times actual quantity. Though nasulat ko na siya dito, pero ulit-ulitin natin para ma-master natin siya. Standard price times actual quantity, and then standard price times standard quantity. So yeah, so fill in lang natin. Now, based sa given, meron tayong purchases, 36,000. Nakita nyo yun? So actually, yung 36,000 na yung class, yun na yung actual natin. Okay, yun yung first row natin. So lagyan natin dito, 36,000. And ilang units yan? 24,000 units. Ito siya. Actual quantity yan. So, 24,000 to. Tama ba class? Kung ang total is 36,000 pesos, and then yung units natin is 24,000, therefore yung actual price natin, 36,000, divided by 24,000, that is 1.5. Tama lang? So, 1.5 actual price, 24,000 actual quantity, 36,000 yung first row natin. Let's go dun sa standard price. Standard price natin, tama, dun sa second sentence, it's 1.45 times actual quantity, syempre, it's still 24,000. So, let's compute 24,000 times 1.45. You should get 34,800. So, 36,000. Compare natin yan sa 34,800. We have 1,200. Ano yung 1 to natin? Favorable or unfavorable? It is unfavorable because mas mataas yung actual cost natin. So, unfavorable. Price variance natin, letter D for number 6. Now, number 7, materials usage variance. So, again, yung materials usage variance, ito siya. Pero ingat ka. Okay? So, lagi mag-iingat ang mga pinnacle babies para kay Sir Brad. Kasi, kung mapapansin nyo, yung purchases, 24,000 units. Pero yung ginamit lang, yung consumed, 20,000 units. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin dito yung 24,000. Alright? So, iba yung gagamitin natin. So, gagawin ko dyan class, standard price times actual quantity, and then standard price times standard quantity. I-recompute ko siya. So, alam natin na standard price is 1.45, pero yung actual quantity natin, hindi 24,000. Yung na-consume or nagamit lang natin, which is 20,000 units. Alright? So, 1.45 times 20,000, you get 29,000. So, dito naman tayo. Standard price natin is 1.45. How much naman class yung standard quantity natin? Remember na yung standard quantity is always based on the actual production. Tingin ka dun sa last item na given, nakita mo yung laptops manufactured ng 6,000. Okay, so yun yung actual production, 6,000. And then tingin ka dun sa second sentence. Each laptop requires 3 units. So actual production, ang kailangan natin is 3 hours or 3 units per laptop. So 6,000 times 3, you have 18,000. So yung standard quantity natin class, ang gagamitin mo dyan is 18,000. So again, marami nagkakamali dyan. Kapag standard quantity, always based siya sa actual production. So 1.45 times 18,000, you get 26,100. 29,000 minus 26,100, you have 2,900. So mas mataas to. Therefore, it's still unfavorable. 2,900 unfavorable for number 7. Letter B. Boy for number 7. Let's go to number 8. Still, materials price variance. Let's go to the given. For the month, XYZ's direct materials price variance was, again, alam natin price variance, sulat agad natin yung formula. Actual price times actual quantity. Standard price times actual quantity. Standard price times standard quantity. Right? Laging ganyan yung approach for variances. Sulat agad yung formula. Actual quantity of direct materials purchased and used, 30,000. Tama ba kasi yung actual quantity natin? Okay, so ito siya. So, lagay natin times 30,000. Alright? Next. Nakalagay dyan, actual cost of direct materials, 84,000. Tama ba yung actual cost? Ito na siya. Yung total niyan. Tama? So, ito na yung 84,000. So, ang total, actual cost natin is 84,000. Actual quantity is 30,000. So, pag dinivide ko yan, 84,000 divided by 30,000, you have 2.8. So, yung actual price natin is 2.8. Got it? So, okay. So, okay na tayo sa actual price. Punta na tayo dun sa second row. Pero tingnan natin yung given. Uy, may given na variance. Unfavorable. Direct materials usage variance. 3,000. Okay, so paano gagawin mo dyan, sir? Alam natin na yung difference between yung second and third. Okay, third row. 3,000 na unfavorable. 3,000 unfavorable. Alright, so ganyan siya. Next, standard quantity of direct materials allowed, 29,000. Iyan yung standard quantity natin. Okay, so lagay natin dyan, standard quantity, 29,000. Ano pa yung alam natin? Well, alam natin na yung actual quantity natin is 30,000. Right? Ayan, so kakaiba siya because parang workback yung gagamitin natin. Binigyan tayo ng 3,000 unfavorable for the materials usage variance, pero yung ibang given hindi binigay sa atin. Sir, paano gagawin mo dyan? Ang gagawin ko dyan, class, tama ba ang difference na actual quantity and standard quantity is 1,000? Tama? 30,000 minus 29,000 is 1,000. So, kung yung variance nila is 3,000, 3,000 divided by 1,000, makukuha ko dyan is 3 pesos. Yung 3 na yan, yun yung standard price natin. Nakuha niyo ba yan? So, ulitin ko. Alam natin na unfavorable yung materials usage variance. And ang difference ng actual quantity and standard quantity is 1,000. So, pag dinivide ko yung variance, 3,000, divided by 1,000, makukuha ko yung standard price na 3. Okay? So, 3 times 30,000, makukuha natin is 90,000. And then, 3 times 29,000, you have 87,000. Ano ba yung question sa atin? Ang tanong sa atin is materials price variance. Ito siya. Okay? So, 84 versus 90, that's 6,000. Mas mababa yung actual cost natin. Therefore, this is favorable. 6,000 favorable. Letter D for number 8. Okay, so yun yung for materials. Punta naman tayo sa labor. For number 9 onwards, labor naman siya. Okay, so for number 9, tignan natin yung question. Number 9, what is the standard direct labor cost per unit of part A35? Let's read the given. The following direct labor information pertains to the manufacture of part A35. How much daw yung standard direct labor cost? Okay, first given, number of hours required to make a part, 2.5 direct labor hours. Number of direct workers, 75 workers. Number of productive hours per week, 3,000. And then, weekly wages, 1,000. Meron tayong labor's benefits treated as direct labor cost, 25%. So, how much daw yung standard labor cost? Okay? Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class, for number 9. Alam natin na meron tayong 75 na workers. Diba? Total 75 workers. And then, per part, kailangan ng 2.5 direct labor hours. So, 75 workers times 2.5 na direct labor hours. Tama ba, class? Makukuha ko na dito yung total direct labor hours. Pag minultiply ko yan. Tama? Ngayon, kailangan natin yung cost. O, mumultiply ko siya sa 1,000. Okay? Pesos. Kasi nakalagay dyan, weekly wages. Alright? And then, imumultiply ko siya by labor's benefit. Kasi hindi lang ito yung wage mo, 1,000. Meron ka ring 25% pa. Okay? Which is yung additional benefit. So, multiply ko to by 1.25. Tama ba, class? Pag minultiply ko lahat yan, ang makukuha ko na dyan is the total direct labor cost. Okay? So, tingnan natin. 75 workers, multiply natin by 2.5 direct labor hours. We have 187.5 hours. Multiply natin by 1,000 times 1.25. Tama ba, class? Yung total direct labor cost natin is 234,375. Eh, ang tanong sa atin is per unit. Ilang units ba lahat? Number of productive hours per week, 3,000. Okay? Per unit daw. Okay? So, gagawin ko dyan, di-divide ko lang siya by 3,000. 234,375 divided by 3,000. Final answer natin, 78.125 or 78.13. Okay? So, ganyan ko siya sinod for number 9. Alright, sige. Let's go to numbers 10 and 11 about labor pa rin. Okay, so number 10, again, nakalagay dyan, labor rate variance. Number 11 naman, labor efficiency variance. Sulat agad natin yung formula. Actual rate times actual hours. And then you have the standard rate times actual hours. And standard rate times standard hours. Alright, Pinnacle Company uses a standard cost system to collect costs related to its production of its t-shirts. The direct labor standard for each shirt is 1.25 hours. Yan yung standard hours natin, 1.25. At a standard cost of 11 pesos per hour. Or basically, yan yung standard rate natin. During the month of November, Pinnacle's shirt production used 9,820 direct labor hours. at a total direct labor cost of 106,547. Tama ba class? Ito yung actual direct labor cost natin. Tama? So, ang gagawin ko dyan, ito siya. Right? So, yung first row natin, equal siya sa 106,547. And then, alam natin na, according to the second paragraph, Pinnacle shirt production used 9,820 direct labor hours. Iyon yung actual hours natin. So, actual hours, 9,820. So, pag dinivide ko yan, 106,547, 106,547 divided by 9,820, you have 10.85. Okay? 10.85. Yan yung actual rate natin. Got it? Next, doon naman tayo sa standard rate. Based dun sa second sentence, nakalagay, standard cost of 11 pesos per hour. So, lagyan natin 11 and then 11. Okay, actual hours, copy-paste lang tayo, 9,820. And then, standard hours, again, sabi ko kanina, standard hours, lagi siyang based on actual production. Punta ka dun sa last sentence. This resulted in production of 8,500 shirts. So, gagawin ko dyan, class, 8,500 shirts. Ilang hours per shirt? Tingin ka dun sa second sentence. The direct labor hours, the direct labor standard for each unit is 1.25 hours. So, 8.5 times 1.25, you get 10,625. Ito yung standard hours natin. 10,625. Alright, let's compute. 11 times 9,820, you have 108,020. 11 times 10,625, you have 116,875. Compute natin yung difference. Dumuha tayo sa labor rate variance. 106,547 minus 108,020, you have 1,473. So, class, ano yan? Unfavorable or favorable? That is favorable because mas mababa yung na-incur natin na actual cost than the standard. So, 1,473 favorable. Answer natin for number 10, labor rate variance, letter B, 1,473 favorable. Number 11, what is the labor efficiency variance? So, 108,020 minus 116,875, you have 8,855. 8,855, so 108, mas mababa siya. Therefore, this is still favorable. Letter A for number 11, 8,855 favorable. Okay, so let's go to number 12. Still about labor. Okay, so tingin natin. Actually, may work back to. Parang ginawa natin sa materials earlier. So for number 12, what was the direct labor efficiency variance? So again, sulat agad natin yung formula. Actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Okay, automatic na yan. Sulat yung formula. Let's read the given. ABC company's direct labor costs for the month were as follows. Actual total direct labor hours, 20,000. Tama ba, class? Iyon yung actual hours natin. So, times 20,000. Next. Standard total direct labor hours, 21,000. So, ito naman siya. Okay? So, times 21,000. So, again, yung 20,000, iyon yung actual hours natin. So, lagyan natin siya dyan. 20,000. Next. Direct labor rate variance, unfavorable. Okay. So, binigyan tayo ng labor rate variance na unfavorable. Tama ba? Pag sabing labor rate variance, yun yung difference between the first and second row. Tama? So, lagay ko dito, 3,000, unfavorable. Next, total direct labor cost, 126,000. Tama ba, class? Total direct labor cost, yun yung actual cost, 126,000. So, 126,000, pag dinivide mo siya sa 20,000, makukuha ko dito is 6.3. 6.3 is my actual rate. Tama? Actual rate yan. Now, alam natin na unfavorable yung labor rate variance natin. So, alam natin na mas mataas to yung first row than the second row. So, 126 minus 3,000, you have 123,000. Tama? 123, i-divide natin by 20,000, makukuha natin yung standard rate na 6.15. Copy-paste, kasi standard rate din yan, 6.15. Multiply natin by 21,000. 6.15 times 21,000, you get 129,150. Okay, difference nila, 123,000 minus 129,150, you have 6,150. So, mas mababa yung 123 than 129, therefore this is favorable. Sagot natin, letter B, 6,150, favorable. Easy. Okay, so that's for labor. Last na, overhead. Okay? So, marami tayong prepare for overhead kasi I think ito yung pinaka-challenging naman among the three variances. Sige, inom muna tayo sa ating Mr. Accounting mug. Let's go to numbers 13 onwards. Sige, so number 13, using the three-way analysis, the spending variance is number 14, fixed overhead spending. Number 15, efficiency variance. Number 16, variable overhead efficiency. Number 17, fixed overhead efficiency. 18, controllable. And number 19, uncontrollable. Ang daming tinanong. Ang daming tinanong. Pero alam natin, ang technique lang for overhead variances, obviously, yung formulas natin. Actual, BAA, BASH, standard. So, tatagan natin. Actual. BAA. BASH. Standard. Okay? Automatic na yan. Basta yun yung tinanong sa problem. Sulat mo agad siya. So, tingnan natin. Dapat na-master na natin yung formula sa actual variable rate times actual hours plus actual fixed rate times actual hours. Basically, yung first row natin, puro actual cost yan. And then, ano yung technique natin? Plus budgeted fixed cost kaagad. Plus budgeted fixed cost. Doon naman tayo sa standard. Standard variable rate times standard hours plus standard fixed rate times standard hours. O, dalawa na lang. BAA, so actual hours. Lagyan natin actual hours. BASH, so SH, so standard hours. Dito, standard variable rate, standard variable rate. Okay, so alam na natin lahat ng formulas. Nire-write ko lang, okay, pero ito rin yun. Sinulat ko dito. So yeah, let's go to the given. A company evaluates manufacturing overhead in its factory by using variance analysis. The following information applies to the month of March. Meron tayong actual, meron tayong budgeted. Tandaan nyo, class, kapag walang given na standard, ang assumption is budget is equal to standard. Remember that. Pag walang given na standard, budget is equal to standard. Yun yung assumption natin. Okay, meron tayong two columns, actual and budgeted. Number of units produced, variable overhead costs, fixed overhead costs, and direct labor hours. So, ganito gagawin ko yung class. Doon muna tayo sa actual. Actually, dun sa actual variable natin and actual fixed natin, so tingnan natin, actually given na siya, no? Tingin ka dun sa second item, variable overhead costs na 4,100. Nakita mo yun? Ito siya, yung 4,1. Ito yun, pag minultiply mo yung dalawa na yan. Now, yung 22,000 naman, actual fixed overhead cost, ito naman siya, pag minultiply mo yung dalawa na yan. So, gagawin ko lang dyan, 4,100, ito yung actual, ito yung variable, plus natin yung fixed na 22,000. Okay, 4,1 plus 22,000, you have 26,100. Ayun yung first row natin, 26,100. Punta naman tayo sa budgeted fixed cost. Punta ka sa third row, nakita mo yung fixed overhead costs under dun sa column na budgeted. Nakita mo yung 20,000? Okay, so lagyan mo na siya dyan. Plus 20,000, plus 20,000. Alright, next. Doon naman tayo sa, dito naman, standard variable rate. Nakita mo yung second item, variable overhead costs na under budgeted, 2 pesos per direct labor hour. Nakita mo yun? 2 pesos per direct labor hour. Again, pag sabi ko kanina, pag walang given na standard, assume mo na yung budgeted, yun din yung standard. So, gagawin ko dyan, 2 na yung standard variable rate natin. 2, and then this one is 2. Okay? Ano yung actual hours? Tingin ka dun sa last item, direct labor hours, 2,1. Nakita mo yun? 2,100 times 2,1 yan. So, multiply nga natin yan. 2 times 2,1, you have 4,200. Okay? So, 4,200 plus 20,000, you have 24,200. Okay na tayo sa first row and the second row. Okay, doon naman tayo sa standard hours. Ito, kailangan natin mo-compute yan. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Dito natin compute yung standard hours. Sabi ko, yung standard hours always based on actual production yan. So, sir, paano mo kinompute yung standard hours? Tingin ka dun sa first item, number of units produced. Nakita mo yun? Actual, nakita mo yung 19,000. Okay? So, 19,000, ito yung number of units. Paano mo gagawing hours yan? Yung units. Tingin ka dun sa last item, direct labor hours under budgeted. Nakita mo yung 0.1 hour per unit. Okay? So, 19,000 units, pag minultiply ko siya by 0.1 hour per unit, makukuha ko dito is 1,900 hours. Ito yung standard hours natin. 19. Again, standard is based on actual production. Pag hindi given yung standard, assume mo yung budgeted, yun din yung standard. Multiply mo siya, makukuha mo yung 19. Standard hours natin, 1,900. Multiply nga natin yung class, 2 times 1,900. You get 3,800. 3,800, add natin yung 20,000, 23,800. Okay, next. Last na. So, standard variable rate times standard hours. Ito rin yun, na-compute na natin, 3.8. Plus, standard fixed rate times standard hours. Paano natin makakompute yung standard fixed rate? Sir, walang given sa problem. Well, punta ka dun sa third item. Fixed overhead costs, 20,000 yan. Tama? Fixed overhead cost, 20,000. Kaya lang, kailangan natin yung rate. Okay, cost yan eh. I-divide natin yan by number of hours. Okay, anong hours yung gagamitin natin? Meron tayong 20,000 units. Tama? Pero kailangan natin gawing hours yan. Punta ka dun sa last item, direct labor hours, 0.1 hour per unit. So pag minultiply ko to by 0.1, 20,000 times 0.1, you get 2,000 hours. Okay? Para makuha natin yung standard fixed rate, 20,000 divided by 2,000 hours, makukuha mo diyang classes, 10 pesos. Yan yung standard fixed rate natin. Okay? So, mapapansin mo, budgeted yan. Kasi wala namang standard sa given. So, inassume ko yung standard, yun din yung budgeted. So, 10 yung standard fixed rate natin. And then yung standard hours na compute natin earlier is 19. So, 10 times 19 is 19,000. Tama? So, 3.8 plus 19,000, you have 22,800. Okay. So, masolve na natin yung questions. Number 13, under the three-way variance analysis, actually wala na tayong pakialam kung one-way, two-way, three-way, four-way. Basta, laging ito yung solution natin. The spending variance. Walang sinabi kung variable spending or fixed spending. Ibig sabihin yung total spending. Ito siya. Tama ba? 26,100 minus 24,200, 19. So, 1,900, ano yan? Favorable or unfavorable? Unfavorable kasi mas mataas yung 26,1. So, let's go to letter B, 19, unfavorable for number 13. Number 14, what is the fixed overhead spending variance? Pag fixed, ito yung variable, ito yung fixed, tama ba? So, ibig sabihin, ang compare natin, 22,000 versus 20,000. So, you have 2,000. Mas mataas yung actual, therefore, unfavorable tayo. For number 14, fixed overhead spending variance, letter D or dog, 2,000, unfavorable. 15, the efficiency variance. Ano class yung efficiency variance? Difference between the second and third. So, ito siya. 24.2, compare natin yung 23.8. So, 24.2 minus 23.8, you get 400. So, mas mataas yung 24.2. Therefore, this is unfavorable. 400, letter A for number 15. Efficiency variance, 400, unfavorable. Number 16, what is the variable overhead efficiency variance? Okay. So, meron tayong variable, merong fixed. Pero take note, laging equal naman yan. Di ba? Parehong budgeted fixed cost yan eh. So, there's no such thing as fixed overhead efficiency. Tandaan yun. Kaya yung sagot natin sa jump ka muna dun sa number 17. The fixed overhead efficiency is 0 yan. Dog yung sagot mo sa 17. Bakit? Kasi parehong budgeted fixed cost yan eh. Walang concept, there's no such thing as fixed overhead efficiency. So, kaya yung sagot natin sa number 16, what is the variable overhead efficiency? Same lang as 400. Okay? So, dog tayo sa number 16. So, ulitin ko class. Pag sinabing efficiency variance, applicable lang yan sa variable overhead efficiency. Wala tayong fixed efficiency. Kaya sagot natin sa number 15 is A, number 16 is dog, number 17 is dog. Okay? Number 18. The controllable variance amounts to, again, pag controllable, yung first and third. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko dyan, compare natin yung 26.1 and 23.8. So, compare natin yung 26.1. 26.1 minus 23.8, you get 2,300. 2,300, mas mataas yung 26.1. Therefore, this is unfavorable. Letter C for number 18. Number 19, the non-controllable or uncontrollable or volume variance is, again, pag volume or uncontrollable, third and fourth naman yan. 23.8 minus 22.8, you have 1,000. So, mas mataas yung 23.8. Therefore, this is unfavorable. For number 19, letter D, 1,000, unfavorable. Okay, so, ayan, for the overhead. So, isa pa. May isa pa tayong problem. Pagsama-samahin na natin. Materials, labor, and overhead. So, tingnan natin. Let's go to number 20. Question is materials price variance. Number 21, materials quantity variance. Number 20, labor rate variance. And number 22 is labor rate. Number 23, labor efficiency. Number 24, overhead spending. And number 25 is overhead efficiency naman. Okay, doon muna tayo sa 20 and 21. Sa price muna tayo. So for the price, again, actual price times actual quantity. Standard price times actual quantity. Standard price times standard quantity. Automatic na yan. Sulat yung formulas. Okay, Mr. Accounting Company produces single product. The standard cost card for the product follows. Take note, ito yung standard cost natin. Materials, labor, and overhead. During a recent period, the company produced 1,200 units of product. I-underline mo yung 1,2 na yan, yan yung actual units produced. Yan yung maging basis ng standard hours natin and standard quantity mamaya. Various costs associated with the production, ito naman yung actual costs. Actual materials, purchased, materials used. Magkaiba yung purchased and used, okay? In this case, yung binili 6,000 meters, pero yung ginamit natin 5,000 meters lang. And then we have direct labor cost and variable manufacturing overhead. Okay, tingnan natin yung materials price variance. Doon muna tayo sa actual price. Well, punta ka dun sa second na given. Okay, nakita mo yung direct materials purchase na 28,500. Yes, 28,500. Tama ba? Yun yung total. 28,500. So, 28,500, kung iyan yung total, and then yung quantity natin is 6,000 meters, 28,500 divided by 6,000, you have 4.75. Ito yung standard price, actual price natin, 4.75. Okay, next. Doon naman tayo sa standard price. Tingin ka dun sa taas. Direct materials, 4 meters, 5 pesos per meter. Yung 5 yung standard price. 5 times actual quantity is 6,000. You have 30,000. 28,500. Compare natin sa 30,000, you have 1,500. Mas mababa yung 28,500. This is favorable. Letter B for number 20, 1,500, favorable. Ingat ka sa number 21. The materials usage variance or quantity variance is naka-based yan sa used. Okay? Materials used, hindi yung materials purchased. So, hindi ko pwedeng gamitin to. Sulat ko siya ulit. Standard price times actual quantity. Standard price times standard quantity. Ilan ba yung nagamit natin? Tama ba? Sa baba, sa second item, 5,000 meters. Okay? So, standard price natin is 5. Actual quantity natin is 5,000 meters. Therefore, this is 25,000. Alright? Standard price is 5. Standard quantity natin, again, pag standard quantity, it's based on actual production. Paano mo compute niya, sir? Yung na-produce talaga natin, tingin ka dun sa second paragraph, during a recent period, the company produced 1,200 units. 1, 2. And then, tingin ka dun sa taas, nakalagay, direct materials, 4 meters. So, yun yung standard quantity natin. Per unit na mo-produce natin, multiply natin by 4. So, 4,800, ito talaga yung standard quantity natin. 5,000 times 4,800, you get 24,000. 25,000. Compare natin sa 24,000, you have 1,000, mas mataas siya. Unfavorable. Letter C for number 21. Okay, ingat ka lagi ha. Pag price variance, kung ilan yung binili mo. Pag materials usage or quantity variance, kung ilan yung nagamit natin. Alright, let's go to number 22. Labor rate variance. Number 23, labor efficiency variance. Sulat agad. Actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Okay, ganun lang din. Gagawin natin. Doon muna tayo sa actual. Tingin ka dun sa baba. Second to the last item, direct labor cost incurred, 17,850. 17,850. Okay? Yan yung total. Kung yan yung total, and yung 2,100 hours, direct labor cost incurred, yun yung actual hours, 2,1, divide natin siya, 17,850, divide by 2,1, you have 8.5. So, yun yung actual rate natin. Standard rate, tingin ka sa taas, sa second item, 10 pesos per hour yung direct labor natin. So, yung standard rate, 10. And then, doon tayo sa actual hours, copy-paste, 2,1. 10 times 2,1, you have 21,000. So, 17,850. Compare natin sa 21,000, you have 3,150. 3,150, mas mataas yung, or mas mababa yung 17,850. Mas mababa yung actual cost natin. Therefore, this is favorable. 3,150, favorable. Doon naman tayo sa next. Okay, ang kailangan natin yung standard hours. Again, standard hours based on actual production. Ilan yung na-produce natin? During the period, 1,200. Tingin ka dun sa second item, sa taas, direct labor, 1.5 hours. So, per unit, ang standard natin is 1.5 hours. 1,200 times 1.5, you have 1,800. 1,800, yan yung standard hours mo. 10 times 1.8, that's 18,000. 21,000 versus 18, you have 3,000. Mas mataas yung 21,000, therefore this is unfavorable. Letter A for number 23. Okay, last, for overhead. Take note class, for number 24, ang tinatanong lang is variable overhead spending. For number 25, ang tinatanong is variable overhead efficiency. Parehong variable. So, pwede mo nang i-ignore yung fixed. Okay, doon lang tayo sa variable. So, sulat natin. For number 24, ganun pa rin. Actual, BAA, bash, standard. Pero magpo-focus na tayo sa variable component. Actual variable rate times actual hours, standard variable rate times actual hours, standard variable rate times standard hours, standard variable rate times standard hours. Okay. So, ganun ginawa natin. In-ignore na natin yung fixed component. Hindi naman tinatanong yung fixed. Huwag mo na i-compute yung fixed. Okay, doon tayo sa number 24, variable overhead spending. So, gagawin ko dito. Okay, actual muna tayo. Punta ka dun sa last item. Nakita mo yung variable manufacturing overhead incurred 10,080. Okay, ito siya. Actually, yung first row na yan. Lagyan natin dito agad, 10,080. 10,080. Ayan. Next. Doon naman tayo sa BAA. Standard variable rate times actual hours. Standard variable rate natin, tingin ka sa taas. Nakalagay dyan sa third item, 4 pesos per hour. So, lagay natin 4 pesos. And then yung actual hours natin class, tama ba? It's 2,100 yung ginamit natin sa labor, 2,1. So 4 times 2,1, you have 8,400. Okay, 8,4 na yung second row natin. Next, bash naman tayo. Standard variable rate is 4. Yung standard hours natin, na-compute natin earlier is 1,800. 4 times 1,8. 4 times 1,8, you have 7,200. Okay, next. So, yun din siya. Standard natin, actually, di naman tinatanong to, pinakita ko lang. So, this is also 7,200. Okay, masagot natin. Number 24, variable overhead spending. Difference ng dalawa na yan. 10,080 minus 8,400. You have 1,680. Okay, 1,680, mas mataas yung actual natin. Therefore, this is unfavorable. Letter D for number 24, dog, 1,680 unfavorable. Variable overhead efficiency. Difference na ng 8,4 and 7,2 yan. 8,4 minus 7,2, you have 1,200. Mas mataas yung 8,4, therefore this is unfavorable. For number 25, last item is letter A, 1,200 unfavorable. So hopefully, nakafollow kayo sa discussion natin ng 25 items na yan. If yes, if nakafollow kayo, naintindihan nyo, I'm confident na kayang-kaya nyo yung MS in the board exam. Kasi ito yung isa sa most difficult topics in the boards. So, pag nakuha nyo siya, kaya nyo ipasa yung boards. Okay? So, one take lang in the board exam. Dapat pasado na tayo. Okay? Pinnacle babies, I know you will make us very proud.